Hi cuties! If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jem, and in today's video, we are going to be showing you how I read tarot. So, let me get my utensils. So this is the essentials I have. So we have the tarot. This is basically, it's not obviously Rider-Waite tarot deck. This is like a off one with different depictions, with different meanings as well for each deck, each card. But yeah, so tarot, this is a tarot deck. Then we have an oracle. So basically oracles are just to help us understand a little bit more specifically about the tarot card. So the tarot card is basically like a general story, if you think of, and then this is like additional like information, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll show you how I shuffle those, and then I'll show you the stuff I have additionally and how I use them. Basically, this is a bunch of charms with letters in here, as well as little charms and numbers, different dice. Here, I put it in a Shein bag. Don't mind that. I didn't have another bag. And then we have basically a bunch of words folded up in like a fortune bag, like fortune cookie type style. And basically I just shuffle in here and then I pour them all over the cards. So let's start off with the tarot. I'll show you how I talk about tarot. I'm not going to really do a reading, but I'll just pull some cards. So I take all the cards out. It has a little book in here. I sell this deck on my DEPOP. If you'd like to check it out on my DEPOP. So first what I do is I take the deck, and then because it's already kind of shuffled, I usually just shuffle it once or twice on camera before I do the reading, just to help us reset the deck so it's ready to begin another reading. So shuffle it. Then by the way, everyone reads or shuffles tarot differently. Everyone has their own ways of doing things. This is my way of doing it. So that's what this whole video is about, showing you the way that I do it. So I shuffle the deck, and usually I count. So that was 1. Then I do 2, and so if nothing pops out, and if it does pop out, it has to like go like that. It has to be up like this. And if it's up, then I take it. If 2 come out, like if 2 came out at the same time, then I would take both because it's just 2. But if 3 came out, I would take whatever is on top. So like let's say they're stacked like this, I will take the top one and then put these 2 back. That's just how I read them. Some people will take all the cards. I'm not that type of person. I just don't do that because I feel like it gets a little bit too overwhelming for me personally. So also if a card comes out like that and doesn't pop up, I don't take it. I just put it right back into the deck. Okay, so, and if no cards pop out, then I just shuffle 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And take whatever's on top. And then take that card. Okay? So that's how I shuffle tarot. So I'm going to put 3 out just to help us understand everything else. So 1, 2, see that didn't flip over. 3. The card still came out anyways. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think 2 is good enough for right now. Okay, so see we have 2 cards here. And basically since the, let's take another card. So what I do when there's tarot, I usually use the one that's right next to, like since these 2 are right next to each other, I help each other like to help us understand a little bit what this card means. I use context clues, so whatever is next to it, I look into a little bit more to help me understand. Like, I'll look into this card to help me understand a little bit more about this card. And since this card is next to this card as well, I will use this card to help me understand a little bit more about this one. As well as these two, I will investigate to figure out a little bit more about this. So, like, I use contact clues to help me understand. Now onto the oracles. So with oracles, specifically this oracle, some oracles come in reverses, I think. Some of them have, like, reverse meanings. Most of them don't. Most of them only come upright. For example, this deck, the Prism Oracle. This is another thing. I shuffle once, and then I shuffle 3 times, and then pick a card. It's the same way of shuffling as this, so if it doesn't flip over, I don't take it. If 2 come out and flip over, I'll take 2, not 3. So when I shuffle this, I put it on right underneath, and whatever is underneath, if it's right underneath a tarot, I use these 2 to help me clarify whatever is trying to be said by this tarot. As well as whatever's next to it. So trust and sadness right next to each other, I will help. These 2 are to help understand where the trust is coming from. That's just how I read. I know it's a little complicated, but I like to use whatever's next to it. Whatever is next up, whatever is above it or beside it, I use to help clarify. Let's pull another one. Okay, so with this deck, since it doesn't have reversals, what I do is, since we have trust here, reversals to me is, it's either the opposite or it means the negative attribute. It's either the opposite, the negative attribute, or internally. And that's usually the basis of tarot. It's a little bit like that. But, so, like, this could mean internal trust, like trusting yourself because it's in reverse. It could be, like, internally. It could also be the opposite of trust, like mistrust, not trusting. That could be also the meaning of this. It could also mean, to me, it could mean, I said the negative attribute, I said the in attribute. And yeah, the opposite. The opposite is basically the negative. Like, for this one, like, if you catch my drift. So, like, the opposite of trusting is not trusting, and, like, that's kind of like a negative, like, a bad annotation to it. That's what I mean. Like, for sadness, like, internal sadness, right? Internally. The bad, it's almost like the negative attribute, like something not positive, like negative about it. I would view that as, or just the opposite. I know that was kind of confusing, but that's how I use those. Okay, so now on to the charms. So with the charms here, I basically just I don't really look inside. I just put my hand in there. I'll do it on camera. So I just put my hand in there and just dig my fingers in a little, and then pull out some, and then sprinkle them. I just kind of like try to go over each card and just like move my hands around, whatever comes out. And then sometimes I don't pull all of them just because there's a lot. Usually the main ones come out. So then whatever the charm landed on, whatever card it landed on, I usually try to make the charm relate to the card. That's how I do my reading, because it helps me understand a little bit more about the card, more specifically. I like to help us understand a little bit more about it. And I do that the same thing as the words. So this bag of words took me forever. There's like a lot of words. I have a whole list of each word that is in here so far. I'm not even done yet. There's still plenty of more words in the alphabet. Or I haven't finished every single letter yet. I have like 40 words of each letter. Yeah, it's kind of insane. I'm up to like L right now, so I have still a lot more to go. But so usually I just dig my hand in here too, and then I take a couple words and then just sprinkle them on wherever it lands. It's what it's supposed to go with. And then I just open them up, and also I use the charms, context clues, always context clues next to it to help us understand. So maybe there's a Taurus making gestures towards you, hand gestures. We have density. Maybe someone is dense, like a dense head. We have finger licking. I just thought of finger licking good. With a cat next to it, maybe a cat licked your finger or something. We have enterprise, and then fail. Maybe someone's enterprise, like business, failed. So like see, I use context clues. We have a turtle next to it, maybe like a Pisces, someone a Pisces. We have Pisces here. We have a cat here. We have maybe a Pisces owns a cat, has a cat. We have angels, spirit guides, airplane. Maybe someone flew, traveled recently, or is going to travel. We also have a snake. Maybe there's a snake like Pisces. Yeah, so that's how I do my readings. We have belated, we have intense, we have glamour. So yeah, another thing I could show you is the appearance cards. So how I use the appearance cards, I basically took images offline, put them on a page, and then cut them up off of paper, printed paper, and basically just have a ton of different descriptions of each person, like what a person could look like. So we have like yellowish skin, we have blue eyes, someone maybe that has jewelry, brown eyes, a nice jawline, heart-shaped face, someone who has a very curvy body, red hair. I think this is someone who has thin eyebrows. This is someone with small ears. This is someone with piercings, specifically an eyebrow piercing or nose piercing. We have someone who's hairy, a little bit hairier, dark skin. I think that is the darkest. We have belly button piercing. I think this is like almond eyes. This is a lip piercing, short nails, downturned eyes, far separated eyes, thick lips, circle face, things like that. So I'll shuffle these on camera, and I'll usually shuffle them just like a deck, just shuffle like that. I'll do it the same way 3 times. If the thing drops, doesn't turn up, I don't take it. If it does, I take it. If it's in reverse for these, if it comes out in reverse, I don't take these in reverse, just because I have so many other reverse, like opposites, like different alternatives, that reverse wouldn't really make sense. So I don't take reversals for appearances. I always will turn them upright. I just needed to clarify that just for my future readings. I guess for myself too, just to like further clarify. So let's pull some now, I guess. So we have this one. I don't know why this one keeps coming out, but we have this one is supposed to be for a bigger forehead. This one, I'll pull another one. Let's pull another one. Okay, we have blonde hair. Someone could have blonde hair. Someone could also have brown hair that maybe be watching this. And let's see. Let's pull one more. Oh my god. All over the place. Okay. I need one for balding. Like, I have a bald character, but I don't have, like, someone who is balding. So I think I need to add that. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then someone with gray eyes. So, oh, glamour just went over here. So maybe someone who's glamorous with brown hair. Okay, yeah, so that's basically how I do my readings. Let me know how you do your readings down in the comments below. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and bye!